FoxDen Radio, the place where the Fox Finance community meets to chat, get updates from the team, conduct interviews, and answer questions. My name is Dave, also known as The Dude Abides in Canada.
Life goes on, man.
I'm the founder of the FoxDen and the host of FoxDen Radio. Join us as we grow this FoxDen Radio project, and you will gain the power to answer life's most mysterious question.
What does the fox say? The secret of the fox, ancient mystery, somewhere deep in the woods. I know you're hiding. What is your sound? Will we ever know? Will always be a mystery. What do you think?
Well, what does the FoxDen team have to say today? All right, welcome everyone to the interview portion of the show here on FoxDen Radio. I'm happy to have another Fox core team member here today to be interviewed. His name is Henry. He's the Director of Research and Development. Welcome to the show, Henry.
Hi, Dave. Yep, thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Enjoying the summer here and just wanting to give our community members some updates about what we're working on here. We've interviewed you once before, but just give a little bit of a refresher here. Can you tell us a little bit, what's your past experience in IT? What's your background?
Oh, yeah, it's I work in kind of various places. Like I work for Amazon, currently working with Siemens, used to work at eBay. So it's like more technical, a combination of technical, business background. So I would say it's more like combination of both. Yeah, and I'm trying to use my skills for the benefit of the folks community. Yeah.
Great, yeah, and it's already come up a few times. You've got a lot of diverse skills that have been helpful in a number of different things, and the other part of what you're doing is kind of project management, so bringing in people in to do some of the technical tasks. Who are some of the people that are working on these projects?
Yeah, there have been many people working with us. So coming and going, some were really great, some were not so great, but I'm pretty happy we already found one partner, which is Ghost Services from Armenia, as we call internally Karen's team. So yeah, they've been doing pretty great right now, and I guess we're hoping to collaborate with them in the future too with various of projects.
Right, and then so we've got a few different people working on different components. Like who's working on the smart contract?
Smart contract is a freelancer from, I guess that's one who James found recently, and he's a pretty smart guy. And currently for the NFT smart contract he's working on at the moment, and I guess we have a week to go till he finally finish up. Yeah, his name is Mr. Green.
Great, yeah. So we've got Mr. Green working on that, and then we've also got another guy working on the forum. That's Simeon, right?
Right. Yeah. He's been one of our oldest, I would say. Yeah, we've been collaborating with him a long time ago. So I'm happy to share that the forum is already done. The forum 1.0, and me and you, hopefully, we're gonna work together to make the forum 2.0 sooner or later. But that would be already in very close future. We will be releasing the forum 1, so the community will enjoy the forum thing.
Right, yeah, and it's been a little while since we talked about the forum, so maybe we can just give a a review of kind of some of the features of it, right? So the idea is that the forum will be a place on our website where the community can meet and get together. We'll be kind of
Exactly.
compiling a lot of our information there. What other kind of features of the forum are we planning to have?
At the moment, it's like really basic features, just participating in the top groups, yeah, being active, trying to participate in some hot discussions, hot topics about Fox, and could be some other tokens too. Why not? Um, there would be a feature for choosing your own avatars from the chosen ones. But obviously, in the future, there would be like a lot of cool stuff. Like I'm thinking about voting features. Uh, receiving some badges for collaborations, and for that, we can come up with some good rewards for the active members of the forum.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of the idea, is that the forum will kind of centralize some of our communication. So it could be voting for a variety of things, right? Like we had a Fox in Action recently, and we let community members
Right.
vote on which endangered species to support. And,
Hmm.
so what I did, I just did it through Twitter as kind of a temporary measure, but in the future, we'll be able to do that kind of voting through the forum. And then we'll also
Hmm.
have our elections be run through the
Right.
forum, and they'll have a nomination process through there and voting. And part of the
Yeah, the
reason for
badging
that
system,
is, go ahead.
the badging system for providing giving some rewards for the community members for being active members. Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be that badging system. That'll be kind of cool too. We get some status for participation.
Hmm.
Yeah, part of the other reason for this is that we can set it so that people have to they have to earn a certain amount of points to be kind of verified for voting, because we want to kind of protect our voting from manipulation from whales and bots. So the forum is gonna help with that as well.
That's true. And also, the main idea about a forum I would love to highlight is that we would love to listen the voice of our community members, right? So we want them to raise their voice. Maybe there's some technical issues going on the website, or they have some great ideas of improvement. Yeah, like how to drive our token to the moon. Maybe some really great features they would like to see on our website, and so on and so on. Right?
For sure. And that's kind of part of the idea, is that it can
Hmm.
be a place where they can make proposals, right? Because we want to be a core team
Exactly.
that supports community members' ideas. So it'll be an official way where we can put forward proposals, and we can have a voting and move forward with that. So that's going to be cool. And then the other aspect will be the games too, right? We'll try and integrate our Fox games into the forum as well, so that people can access the games there too.
Yep. So we have already released one game. So we've been playing together, making fun with that little Foxy, which is hopping and and trying to escape from the cars or not jumping into the water. So I think it's a nice starter game. And then Leslie has some really great ideas about like some continuation of the Fox game, and let's make some really cool games, right? And there is the topic, since you mentioned about the gaming, we want to make the NFTs and the games integrated with each other, right? So people would be able to sell their NFTs or obtain NFTs during the game, right? Which is pretty cool thing on the pipeline.
Yeah, and this is something I'd like to talk a little more about, because it's part of the reason that the smart contract for the NFT marketplace, why it's taken a bit longer, is because
Mhm.
we're making it so that the attributes of the NFTs that they work across like many of our games. So it's not just for one
Exactly.
game, but they're different qualities. Could you talk a little bit about the smart contract and the attributes of the
Sure,
NFT?
sure. It's really involving a lot of hustle, and I would say too many back and forth, because we have to come up with the ideas of what kind of games we're going to be having in the future. and what kind of attributes they're going to be having. Yeah, so that makes our NFT marketplace smart contract really complex. It's like a spider web, and the Mr. Green, as mentioned before, took the honor to help us with that, because it's really kind of hard to predict what kind of things we want to be needing in the future. And as you know, like the smart contracts are things which are unchangeable. So when you deploy a smart contract, that would make redeploying another smart contract in case if you want to. Oh yeah, you see, like I might have forgotten something, so I want to add that into the smart contract. So that's how these complications are rising while deploying the smart contract. Yeah, so that's why we're still spending the time and analyzing and planning to foresee all the obstacles that we might face in the future while developing the games. Yeah.
Right. And that's really important, right? Because it's once we make the contract, then we're kind of constrained by it, right? So since we're kind of building
Exactly.
for the
Exactly.
future,
Yeah.
we want to have that flexibility. It's really important that we get it right from the outset, and we're doing it in a way that's going to give us, yeah, a variety of options, because we really want to make our NFTs useful, right? Like I think like the time of just having an NFT, that bubble is kind of burst. It's got to have utility,
Mhm.
right? So we're trying to make our
Exactly.
NFTs have utility, not just in one game, but across different games and applications.
Exactly. Yeah. So to have some stories, like NFTs from one game can be purchased or used for as for the second game and the third game. So let's say if an NFT is played for the first game and it got transferred to the fifth game, it might have like really really super high value in the end, because it will capture all the history, where it had been played, where it had been obtained from, you know and that will make also the NFT marketplace even more complex, because there would be, besides the generic NFTs, there would be these gaming NFTs, rare, super rare NFTs, and so on, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And even just thinking for myself is like if I were to be buying something, if it's to have use across multiple different applications, and it's more useful even for myself, or even if I was buying an investment for resale, it's just I think it's really got to have
exactly.
that utility to be valuable nowadays.
Right. And if you had, played really hard and like passed multiple levels, of course you want to sell that for a higher price, because you really made the effort to earn, like, lots of money for that, because you played and you reached on some top level of a specific game, which also could be used on different games. So that NFT is becoming like really valuable one. That's what we want to try to achieve.
Right. Yeah. And so the other utility for NFTs is to use them as like a key as well, right? So be able to access different content, say like in the metaverse. If someone is holding an NFT, then they'll be able to maybe access certain areas. We're talking about developing like a kind of like a virtual resort. So if you want to,
Exactly.
go on a certain ride or access a certain area, if you hold an NFT, then you'll be able to do that as well. So that's another one of the utilities we're making with our Fox NFTs.
Right, right. And with Metaverse, as you know, like Mark is working with that. So I guess that would be also a great thing to interview him one day, so he could bring a lot of cool topics for the community. And yeah, he's got some amazing ideas. I think he would be happy to share with everyone.
Yeah, we interviewed Mark for the last show, but we'll have some more as the development progresses, because I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
it's a cool thing with how it's gonna like integrate the different components of Fox, right? So even
Mhm.
like the forum, we can have a part of the metaverse where you go in, and then we have like big billboards, and then on the billboards you can see some of the screens from the forum. So say even
True.
example for like elections, right? I'm thinking we can have a space in the metaverse for our elections, and then you walk in
Hmm.
and then you can look on the walls and you can see descriptions about how it all works and things like that. So that cross integration, I think, is going to be
Yeah,
important.
that's a wonderful idea. It's like combining the virtual world into the real world somehow. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what, like, I'm excited about the metaverse because it kind of it brings everything together, right? Like our games will be
Mhm.
able to be part of there, the forum. So really want to make things, yeah, cross integrated so that they have the most value. And then, the kind of also the machine that's going to be helping it all work for the transactions will be the NFT marketplace. And so we've been making some changes there. Can you tell me what are some
Mhm.
of the features of the NFT marketplace and the UI?
Yeah, there would be a lot of features, but I think we would be doing that from time to time. So I think that the first stage there would be just the classic NFT marketplace, and then it would go for storefront, like, having the previews of the NFTs, like some lazy minting functions, which is like there's a picture, and if you want to let's say if you want to purchase that NFT, then it becomes an NFT, right? And it could show the price history. Like we would be adding maybe some searching function filters with different categories for the to help the users to easy navigate into the NFT marketplace. It's gonna have an auction hole, yeah, like with a bidding option, and it will have the bidding closing date, right? So the people will know when it's gonna end. And also we want to have like a feature for like, of course, that's a little bit later release, yeah, like creating listings. And also those listings we will be as admins tracking, we would be, approving or denying, yeah, in case that's NFT that they want to post on a marketplace to sell. We would be approving or denying in case there is something wrong with the listing, yeah. And so they would be also like a tracking option for the to track their status of their collectibles, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
mhm.
That's good to know
And
about
I'm thinking about like having different cryptocurrency options in the later. The NFTs will have some powers. If it's a gaming NFT, yeah, like some game skills, yeah, like some ratings, which will bring those NFTs to the top. And of course, they will have like higher values if it brings like much more fame for those NFTs.
right.
Yeah.
And then the other
Well,
thing,
yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying that we've been waiting for such a long for this NFT, but I'm pretty sure that waiting this much will justify the expectations. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's nothing worse than rushing out a product that it's full of bugs and has
Exactly.
problems, right? So I'd rather try and get it
Mhm.
right. But the other thing is, it's not just for Fox NFTs, right? We're making it so that the marketplace so that other tokens they can use like kind of like a clone, I guess, of the marketplace to buy and sell their NFTs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's like, those NFTs, let's say, because they're on the Binance Smart Chain, right? So people would be able to, if of course other NFT marketplaces will allow that, so they would be like universal, right? They might be able to sell it on different NFT marketplace, and of course vice versa.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a cool feature so that, other tokens they can use our marketplace, but then like on
Mhm.
there we'll make it so like of course they could have their own branding on the page,
Mhm.
but then it'll be using all of the same mechanisms of the marketplace because as we've learned, developing an NFT marketplace is a complicated thing. So instead of
Exactly.
other tokens having to do it themselves, they can use ours and have their own branding, but in that be
Mhm.
another revenue generator for us.
Yeah, yeah. Once we will have it fully deployed, I guess we will start looking for some reliable partners, which we would be able to share the NFTs among each other, I would say.
Yeah, that's great. So, what kind of timelines are we looking at here for completion of this stuff?
Yeah, I don't want to give any kind of false promises, but just roughly saying we'll be waiting another week for the smart contract finalization. and max 2 weeks for bringing all those smart contract features on the user interface. Well, as said before, these Ghost services are working for the user interface right now, but the maximum timeline they gave us was 2 weeks. Yeah. So we should be expecting in roughly in a month to have it, at least the first version of the NFT marketplace up and running on the website.
Great. So kind of by the at the end of the summer, so kind of beginning of September should be getting things going here, and I think that's good too, because I feel like there's a little less activity in the summer in crypto, so we'll be well positioned for the fall and hopefully be ready for the next bull run.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good thing. I think with the bull run, when Bitcoin strikes up, there would be the alt season, which also is cross-referring to the NFTs, right? So they can also rise up with their prices, which is also a good indicator, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. And right now the market's a bit down and things aren't as active, so this is the perfect time to be developing. So here at Fox, we're really focusing on the development of our projects so that when the next bull run happens, we'll be well positioned, and then we're investing in development right now, but once that picks up, then we'll be doing more into marketing. And I know that you and I have talked about how to optimize like the website with the SEO and writing articles and things like that. So we'll be doing that, but again, it's timing, right? We don't want to do it when the market is down. So looking forward to.
And we would not spend the time in vain, me and you, to try to create the Forum 2.0 with a lot of cool features, which I would say you're pretty good at it. So yeah, let's meet and discuss for the next weeks for the Forum 2.0. And that would be awesome. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. It's like now that's being built, we can start filling up with content and not just our own content, but also just making it a place where community members can participate too. So we appreciate all your work and your leadership on these projects, and looking forward to seeing what they're like once we get them up and running.
Yeah. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, thanks for coming on the show here today, and we'll catch up with you sometime in the future.
Right on. Thank you.
Have a good one, dude.
All right, let's go to the music part of the show. Take a quick break. Today's music is provided by French DJ David Guetta. This first track is called Memories. It features Kid Cudi here on FoxDen Radio.
Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. All the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah.
right, let's go to the news portion of the show, talking about some of the latest things going on in the cryptocurrency industry. Our first article is from CNBC.com, written by Nicholas Vega. It's about Mark Cuban, who says crypto is going through a similar lull to the early internet. Dallas Mavericks owner and tech billionaire Mark Cuban sees the bear market, which is happening at the same time as stock markets are being pummeled by inflation fears, as echoing the early 2000s dot-com bubble. In the late 1990s, speculative investing led internet-based companies' valuations to soar wildly, which sent the NASDAQ composite stock market up 400% in a 5-year span before a steep crash in 2001 and 2002. Now, Cuban tweeted, quote, "Crypto is going through the lull that the internet went through." He said that after the initial surge of exciting apps and NFTs, crypto is entering an imitation phase where too many companies are failing to bring new utility to the market. But the blockchains that do emerge from the lull will be the ones that use smart contracts to improve business productivity and profitability, Cuban predicts, rather than the ones that aren't doing anything original. Smart contracts are digital agreements that are coded and stored on the blockchain, which power decentralized finance applications and NFTs, and are necessary in forming decentralized autonomous organizations. Quote, "The chains that copy what everyone else has will fail. We don't need NFTs or DeFi on every chain." It's not the first time Cuban has compared crypto to the development of the web. Early last year, he said the development of blockchain technology reminded him of the early days of the internet, and that the current blockchain companies are similar to internet pioneers like Broadcast.com, the companies whose sale to Yahoo in 1999 made him a billionaire. Quote, "It took time before bandwidth became available and cheap enough so that streaming and cord cutting could really happen," he said in 2021. That was 20 years into the market, give or take, and we're only 10, 12 years into crypto. Cuban is a prolific crypto investor with a portfolio of various digital coins, NFTs, and investments in a number of blockchain companies. So this is interesting news perspective on the development of cryptocurrency. And with Fox Finance, here we are doing something original. We're building up community. We're developing innovative media projects. And we're doing it all with a charity focus to help endangered species and fight climate change. So I'm looking forward to being one of the projects that lasts and creates innovative content that will help this project last into the future. Next article is from bscnews.com by Suman Data. More user adoption and investment despite the bear market in the BNB chain's Q2 report. Despite the ongoing bear market, BNB chain experienced more user adoption during this period as more users joined the network. Here are some key highlights from the second quarter. After a downward trend in Q2, daily active addresses stabilized at 1 million per day in June. In context, this almost doubles last year's network activity. Over the quarter, 6.6 more addresses were created daily. In contrast, average daily transactions declined by 17.3%, while total revenue declined by 35.8%. Daily transactions, however, stabilized at around 4 million in June, similar to 1 year ago. Moreover, the number of daily transactions spiked between May 11th and 14th. The pattern indicates that Terra users migrated to BNB chain to transact, and the chain also got a major push from the launch of Binance Bridge 2.0. There's been a decline in the BNB circulating supply because the BNB auto burn replaced the quarterly burn to provide greater transparency and predictability. The burn program began in 2017 and has eliminated more than 36.8 million BNB as of the end of June. A deflationary mechanism combined with transaction activity supported BNB values over the second quarter. BNB chain's total value locked dropped 55% point from 14 million at the beginning of the quarter to 6 million in quarter two. This downturn, however, was confined to DeFi, as there was a growth in BNB chain's NFT and GameFi markets. These decreases have been offset by the emergence of GameFi and staking. Collectively, the top 3 GameFi applications, Era 7, Xworld Games, and Binary X, on BNB chain, by the number of users and transactions, have generated over 60,000 daily active users, up 35% from the first quarter of 2022. In addition, the application's smart contracts generated 14 million, representing income value. Besides the 21 active validators, BNB Smart Chain also introduced more inactive validators, called candidates, over the quarter. As a result of this Euler hard fork, the network will have improved reliability and redundancy. In the NFT sector, BNB Chain has established a strong position. NFT secondary sales, 634%, and unique NFT buyers, 716%, grew rapidly on BNB chains, reaching levels seen on Solana and Flow. Luke Rare, growth lead at Rareboard, told BSC News, quote, "We believe the growth for BNB chain NFTs in the second quarter is a factor of the increased quality of the underlying projects, the impact of tools like Rareboard, and the clear indications from Binance and the BNB chain they are taking NFTs more and more seriously." Despite the market downturn, developers strengthened the BNB Smart Chain with the Euler hard fork and enhanced the BNB Beacon Chain with the Descartes upgrade. Through its evolving architecture, investment in its ecosystem, and deployment of rollups and sidechains, BNB Chain is providing additional value propositions to its users. So, since Fox Finance lives on the Binance Smart Chain, this is good to hear. Of course, we all know the market's been in a downturn, but good to know that when it comes to NFT and GameFi, that's where BNB is increasing. And these are two aspects of Fox Finance that are helping us to create utility with our NFTs that have utility in games and as keys, and the games that we're developing, starting with our Fox Hop, but looking to develop more and more of these. So even in a downturn market, there are positives, and it's good to know that Fox Finance is doing the kind of development that is bringing more users and volume to the industry. So that's our news for today. We're going to finish up with one more track by David Guetta. This one is called Titanium. It features Sia. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll meet with you later on for another edition of FoxDen Radio.
You shot it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but how your bullets ricochet. Shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who have further to fall. Ghost town, haunted love. Raise your voice, sticks and stones may break my bones. Talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose.